Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how I make the cute little mini bow. For this project we're going to need medium weight worsted weight yarn, so size 4 medium weight yarn, a size G crochet hook, a little yarn needle, and a pair of scissors, and that is it. So to get started, we're going to start with a slip knot. I like to make mine pretzel style, so if you're doing that, then take your yarn, loop it around over itself, and then swoop it underneath to make your little pretzel. Oh, that's a big pretzel. There we go, that's better. Take your hook, scoop up this side of your pretzel, pull it up. Now we are going to chain 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not this guy, but this guy right here. So 1 single crochet, and then single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. 1, 2. So we've got 3 single crochets there. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to skip 2 little chains on our chain and single crochet in the last 3. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're going to work our way back. So single crochet in the first single crochet and in the next 2. So we have 3 single crochets. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and skip these 2 chains and single crochet in the last 3. So we've got 1, there's a 2, there's 3. Now we're going to chain 1, turn, and we're going to repeat that last row exactly. So single crochet in each of these 3 single crochets. 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, skip our 2 chains, and single crochet in the last 3. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now we are all finished with the part that we need to crochet. So pull your loop out, pull your hook out, and you can set it aside because we're all finished with it. We can snip our yarn and pull our loop the rest of the way out. There we go. Now we need our little yarn needle. And so we're going to hide some of these ends back into our bow. Just clean it up a little bit. So flip your work over. We're going to weave our yarn needle through the bottom of these single crochets. Just like this. Bring it over to the center of our work. So just weave it through the bottom of the single crochets on this side. And run your yarn through your needle and just pull that yarn through. There we go. Now we are just pulling that yarn to the center of the bow so that when we pinch it together, that will be hidden and we can just snip that yarn end away. This just makes it really nice and clean. And same thing on the bottom. We're going to just run our needle along the bottom of those single crochets, and only on this side though, because we want to drop the yarn off in the middle. We don't want to carry it across the other side too. And just thread that needle. There we go, and pull it on through. And now we have 2 little pieces of yarn that we will snip off after we pinch together our bow. So now we're going to set this down because we are going to grab a little more yarn. So I grab about maybe 12 inches, like 9 to 12, something like that. I don't generally measure, I just kind of eyeball it. So we've got this piece of yarn here. We're going to put it under our little rectangle that we've just crocheted. And we're going to tie a really tight knot with these sides. So let's do a little right over left, pull it tight, and a left over right. Let's pull it really tight. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and snip these yarn ends off now, the ones that we ran through the bottoms of the stitches, because I've got a bunch of yarn ends here and it's going to look confusing. So just snip those off if you like. And now we basically have our bow, but we're going to make it look a little cuter. So we're going to take this yarn and we're going to wrap it around our bow 2 to 3 times. Wrap and pull it tight as you go. Pull 2, pull 3. There we go. Now this one we're going to wrap the other way. So this one we wrapped around bottom to top. This one we'll wrap top to bottom. So top to bottom. Pull as you go. 2, 3. There we go. Now if you pull it tight enough, it won't loosen up too much. So just kind of pull. Now we're going to flip it over because we're going to tie these 2 little ends together. So same thing, let's do a little right over left, pull, and left over right, pull. There we go. Kind of straighten your bow out and make it look cute because it is all finished. There we go. It's perfect for a cute little bow tie or something like that. It's our little bow. Now, I like to leave these ends on there because I use them to tie it onto whatever I'm embellishing. But if you don't want to do that, you can do a couple different things. You can finish it off really however you like, but I like to hide the yarn ends again by bringing them through the wrapped part. It's really tight because we pulled really tight. So just stick your needle through that wrap that we made and put both of your little yarn ends in there. Just like this. And then pull your needle through. It's really tight, but just pull it. Ooh. There we go. Just like that. And now you can snip those ends off and woo, they're not going anywhere. But like I said, you can also leave them long the way they were if you like. That's what I do so I can tie it onto stuff. But if you just want like a simple little bow that you could glue onto something and you don't want any yarn ends hanging down, then you want to finish them off like that just by running that needle through there with your little yarn needle. There we go. And that is it. That is our cute little bow, you guys. Great job.